Thank you, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Is it all right if I speak sitting? Yes? Okay. I was going to say excellencies, but I don't see many among the public, so, honorable guests and professors, fellow citizens, good morning and thank you for being with us this morning and today and tomorrow, so for this symposium. 2011 is a very special year for Switzerland and Romania. They celebrate 100 years of diplomatic relations, and also we inaugurate a very important cooperation program with Romania of 140 million euros to reduce disparities, economical and social disparities among EU members. To celebrate this anniversary, the embassy has set up and supported a wide program of events throughout the year and throughout the country, and a look at the leaflet which on the table there will give you an idea about these events. And I'm pleased to underline that all this program could not have been possible with the help of the private investors who are sponsoring it, and they are behind me on this poster rollout. Today's symposium is more than just one event planned for the celebration. It is closely connected to Swiss foreign policy and indeed lies at the core of that policy. Although not being financed through the cooperation program I just mentioned, it can be considered as part of the overall cooperation also of Switzerland and Romania, and I very much hope it will be followed by practical measures set up in cooperation between the two governments in the field of dealing with the past. I'm therefore very pleased to open also this symposium, and I would like to express my thanks first of all to my former deputy, Dr. Simon Geismüller, who has launched the idea, has been extremely instrumental in setting up the event, and also of course to the Institute. I just say the Institute because your name is definitely too complicated. But you know what I'm speaking about, to the Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, which joined the team, and we really do appreciate your support and your cooperation in this event. Dealing with the past belongs to the priorities of Switzerland foreign policy. It may look awkward from a country apparently without any problems with its own past. But when you look at it more carefully, it isn't at all. First of all, Switzerland's recent political identity has been significantly shaped by the turmoil of World War II and the aftermath, which made it a must to deal with its recent past, also because of strong external pressures after the fall of the Iron Curtain. Secondly, in the framework of what we call in the ministry the peace policy, or better say, the policy to promote peace, it appeared soon that it is impossible to promote peace, to build stable, prosperous and harmonious society without first healing the wounds inherited from past conflict, civil wars, insurrection and other upheavals and disruptions. The awareness of the necessity to fight impunity motivated Switzerland's strong commitment to the development of international justice and to the adoption of the Rome Statute and the establishment of the International Criminal Court. Its dedication to the work of dealing with the past and to combating impunity is based on this awareness. It is therefore not surprising that after the dissolution of former Yugoslavia and the destruction wrought by almost a decade of war, Switzerland chose the Balkans as a focus of the Foreign Ministry's humanitarian assistance and long-term development cooperation. What is less obvious that the choice of dealing with the past was a priority of its political program in the region. Based on the principles and practices elaborated in the framework of the United Nations and other bodies, the so-called Journée Ordentliche principle, which I think we will talk quite a lot about during the symposium, Switzerland decided to give greater emphasis to the issue of combating impunity in the context of its human security strategies. It is because real and significant difficulties persist, for which neither the creation of the International Criminal Court nor international tribunal have provided a full and final solution. For the Foreign Ministry of Foreign Affairs concept includes, beside those principles, aspects relating to international humanitarian law and takes into account the main lessons learned from conflict transformation approaches. Consequently, several practical initiatives were set up in Latin America, in Guatemala, in Colombia, in the Balkans, the Caucasus, and some countries in Africa and in Asia. And simultaneously, Switzerland contributed to the development of norms and standards at multilateral level, for instance, at the Council of Human Rights of the United Nations. In addition, the link between prevention of genocide and mass atrocities and struggle against impunity became crucial. This leads the Prime Ministry, together with Argentina and Tanzania and other strategic partners, to implement a series of regional forums on genocide prevention. The task is far from being completed. Indeed, as stated, Jonathan Sisson, Senior Advisor at the Center for Peace Building in the Swiss Ministry of Foreign Affairs, dealing with the legacy of human rights violations is one of the most difficult challenges facing societies in transition from authoritarian regime to more democratic forms of government. In order to re-establish the abuses, trust and accountability, there is a need to acknowledge publicly the abuses that have taken place, to hold those responsible who have planned, ordered and committed such violations, and to rehabilitate and compensate victims. This process of dealing with the past is a necessary precondition for the establishment of the rule of law and the pursuit of reconciliation. Nowadays, what we see every day, the upheaval in the Arab world, face us with this tremendous challenge. The international community does not have the choice but to help and support in a committed and generous way the transformation process taking place there. With today's seminar, therefore, we are not only in the heart of Switzerland foreign policy, but at the heart of one of the most serious challenges of our time, which, if we fail to address it properly, could lead to devastating consequences. I therefore would like to express my deep thanks to the responsible of the Institute for Research of Crime of Communism for their commitment in the organization of the event. It has been a pleasure to cooperate with such an efficient and motivated team. I'm also pleased to count among contributors Dr. Visa, the head of the Historical Studies in the Foreign Ministry, and also Professor from Switzerland, Professor Livio and Osborne, as well as, of course, all the other participants. So I'm wishing you a very successful symposium and express my wish that it can have a practical follow-up also here in the country. Thank you.